In this session, we're going to discuss the customer site settings. In order to access this page, go to Settings in the top left-hand toolbar, click on it, and that will take you to a list of corporate settings. From here, you can go ahead and scroll down to Customer Site Settings. Click on that, and you'll see that we have one domain name here, Better Than Payday. Now, because you're going to want to add your own domain name here, go ahead and click on Create New Site Settings. Once you do this, you'll have a whole template to fill out regarding your own website and its domain. Now, many companies, they already have their website set up and they are integrating to work with Infinity software, or they are moving from a different software to join our software because ours is the most advanced, the easiest to use. Now, instead of having to try and remember everything about your previous website and then hopefully set it up the right way with Infinity software so that the two match, you don't have to worry about that. You just come straight to Infinity, you set up the way you want your website to work from here, and that automatically integrates with your previously existing domain name. Or say you just create a new website. There are many lenders who have more than one website or more than one domain name, and it's possible to take, say they have 3 domain names. All you do is click on Add Domain Name. You type all of those addresses or the domain names here, and it integrates all 3 websites with the same rules and regulations. So we're going to go ahead and go through this list to further discuss that and make sure that it's clearly known how and what the customer site settings do. But yeah, let's get started. First off, you're going to go ahead and type in your domain name. For now, we're not going to do 3, we're just going to do 1. It'll ask us if we really want to delete that, and we say yes. For now, we'll say that this domain name is paydayloan.com. And the store that we are working with, we will say it is ABC Store. The loan types that they primarily deal with, see how there's a list here of payday installment, 65, auto title, whatever type of loan you want, you can choose from. But we go ahead and we will say training loan for this tutorial. Next, it has max login attempts. This would be for customers who are trying to log into your website. Obviously, they're going to have a username and a password. And as a security function, we will allow a max amount of login attempts. We're going to go ahead and say it's pretty strict. We'll say that there are 3. Note that if you put 0, that means there is no limit. They can log in as much as they want. Could be a good or bad thing, depends on the type of people or the area that you service, but you go ahead and choose that. Next, there's a credit limit that is offered to those customers. You can make that whatever you want. I'm going to go ahead and make it 1,000 for today. Next, you'll see a line that says loan amount selection drop down. We can see that as a separate page or as an application page. Application page is a little more advanced, it's easier to navigate from. And separate pages opens up a separate window for you to look at it instead of having a smaller window appear on the page. So we're going to go ahead and keep that as application page. People like those. Next, we're going to choose a list of things that we want to see or do not want to see. Note that confirmation page is not shown, but allow edit details is. Allow advances is also not shown. Allow payment types, you can do ACH. We'll also say you can do debit card. Allow partial payments, that's fine. Allow extensions, yeah, we'll go ahead and keep that. Allow payment schedules, yeah, we'll do that so our customer better understands how they can make their payments and in what manner they should do so. Allow express loans, we'll say no, we don't want to allow those. And allow documents, yes. Promotional code. Say every once in a while you want to have a promotional code that the customers a specific amount off of a loan, or it just gives them some more cash and so they're coming back. We'll go ahead and say the promotional code's name is Payday. and the discount that it provides, we'll have in a percentage, and we'll say 20% off of their loan that they make that day when they type in this promotional code. So this will connect right to your website, right to your own domain, and it will allow you to access and set up different promotional codes. You can add more promotional codes if you do so choose, and so you can have different deals and sales going on all the time, and that should bring more traffic to your website. The advertising method, we're going to go ahead and click on Assign Automatically and see here that there's other, PPC test, Google, effective advertising, whatever. We're going to go ahead and say other. So you have, we won't say that because they have to add in more details. We'll say Google and see how there's details that come up. You should know what those details are. I mean, you've obviously paid Google to advertise, and so they will let you know what those details are. It'll ask if you want to show excluded states. That's good. If you're a really big lender, people going to your website might not know that they can't do business with you, or you're not allowed, you don't have any business going on in their state. So showing excluded states will help to kind of focus in on customers that you do want. Show a due date calendar, we'll say yes. That makes it easier for the customer as well. But we won't show the extension due date calendar. Now, see, we get here to the customer site underwriting rules, and if there's another tutorial that talks more specifically about the underwriting rules, but here we can choose the allowed pay frequencies. Note here that every single option is checked. Let's say we only want to deal with weekly and bi-weekly. And that's it. We don't want to worry about any of the other options. That will only allow payments to be set up and scheduled weekly or bi-weekly from the time a person starts a loan. Now, minimum employment length, we're going to go ahead and say 5 months. That's the kind of customer we're looking for, is someone who has at least been employed for 5 months. Allowed payroll types. Let's say we are not going to allow, I don't know, Social Security, direct deposit, and disability. So you just want to work with cash, check, retirement, or self-employed. Those are the types of things that you're looking for. The minimum age, probably want to say 18, but it's up to you. The minimum bank account length, again, we'll say 5 months, just to keep things safe for us. The minimum monthly income. This is good, and this is up for you to decide, but I'm going to go ahead and say I want the minimum monthly income to be $600, which may be high to some people, may be low to others, but that's what I feel like I want. And then scoring filters. See, you're working with different companies like Factor Trust, Teletrack, DataX, and CL Verify. We will go ahead and say we will use CL Verify. And then when a customer has a score, we'll go with, we want a minimum of 10. And the corporate account could be the main CL Verify account. And see, it has a name associated with it, as should yours. And then you can set up multiple scoring filters. At the bottom, there's customer site filters. And see that customers that come from the military, excluded states, customer site underwriting, or business rules underwriting, these different things you can choose to ignore, deny, or deny and sell the lead. Now, let's say you decide excluded states you want to deny and sell the lead. Then it'll ask you what your sell order is. And you can go ahead, again, there's 3 tiers here. Let's say we want lead flash to be the first round, T3 leads to be the second round, and partner weekly to be the third round of the sell order. That way, you're not just denying someone, but you're selling their information to another lender, which should still make you money off of that person. Once the application completed page appears, all this has been filled out by the customer on your site, then you can choose what you want the return screen to be. Do you want it to be the member page? Do you want it to be a default thank you page, a custom thank you page, or just redirect you to somewhere else? We'll go ahead and say we want it to be a custom thank you page. And note here that this box, it allows you to type in what you want that thank you page to look like. We'll just go ahead and say thank you for your business. Pretty simple, but you can honestly type in whatever you would like down here. That's the great thing about Infinity software, is it's very versatile and it is unique to the individual, which we believe goes a long way in our line of business. So if you have any other questions, feel free to look up our other tutorials. There are some specific things in here like underwriting rules, site filters, things like that are talked about in other tutorials, and I only touched on briefly here in this video. But once you are content with the way this is set up, go ahead and click on Save. You will see now that you have a new domain name, paydayloan.com. If you wish to edit it or delete it at any time, edit by clicking on the pencil icon, delete by clicking on the red X. Thank you for watching. Again, if you have any other questions, please view our other tutorials or contact our support team. This concludes our session. Thank you.